Hello, my name is Josephs and I am a demonstrator from Ramsey, Minnesota. Today I am going to highlight the Whimsy and Wonder Suite from the July through December 2021 mini catalog. This suite includes the Whimsical Tree stamp set, which is a set of 10 cling stamps for $22. It also includes the Christmas tree dies, which is a set of 13 for $35. These dies can be used in the mini stamp and cut and emboss machine as well as the full-size stamp and cut and emboss machine. You can bundle these two items for $51.25, which is a 10% savings over buying the stamps and dies on their own. This suite also includes the Blushing Bride 3/8 inch frayed grosgrain ribbon, 10 yards for $8. The suite also includes the Wonderful Snowflakes 24 iridescent foil snowflakes for $6. They just pop right out of here. And it also includes the Whimsy and Wonder 12x12 Specialty Designer Series paper, which includes 12 12x12 sheets. There are 2 each of 6 double-sided designs for $15. We're going to take a closer look at this gorgeous paper. And here is the other side. I have a few samples here to show you. These are both 3x3 note cards made on the thick basic white cardstock. I've added a layer of gold foil and some gold stars on top of these trees, and I have put a little shading with the mint macaron and popped up that tree on the one on the left. This card features our cherry cobbler and gold 1/2 inch ribbon from the mini catalog. The letters are from the Playful Alphabet dies in the annual catalog. And I did use the gold foil sheet for the decoration on top of the trees again for this card. This card, I used the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder for the Mossy Meadow layer and the crumb cake layer on top. I've also used the gold 3/8 inch shimmer ribbon from the mini catalog. This card uses the polished pink rhinestones from the 2021 to 2023 in color jewels. I've colored all of the ornaments using Stampin' Blends. The greeting is stamped in Versamark and then embossed with silver embossing powder. It is popped out with a die from the Painted Labels die that can be found in the annual catalog. There is a thin strip of silver foil from the mini catalog, in addition to our frayed ribbon and some clear rhinestones. Stamped the sentiment with Mossy Meadow on mint macaron and then used a stitch rectangle die to cut that out. This piece is also cut out with a die from the Christmas tree dies out of our DSP. I used another rectangle die inside and hand cut some of the presents from the DSP. This card has lots of shine with the Wonderful Snowflake and the strip of silver foil from the mini catalog. The layers are all popped up off of the base with some dimensionals. The card base is 5.5 by 12 inches, so you can get 2 of them out of one sheet of your designer series paper. I have scored it at 4.25 and 8.5. I've also used the layering circle dies, the scalloped contour dies, and the words were stamped with StazOn on vellum. And there is, I don't know if you can catch this on camera, some Wink of Stella on the trees. This is an easel card. This is a standard base of 4 1/4 by 11 that I cut from polished pink cardstock. It is scored at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. I've used rhinestones for the stopper, and I've also used the 1 1/2 inch metallic mesh ribbon from the mini catalog and some of the rhinestones from the annual catalog. Just for a little more shine there, if you can see it. This tree was punched out twice. I took the cutouts from the white and added them over the top of the green. There is the white cutout behind that tree. And then I put Wink of Stella on top of those for the snow. My final sample is an exploding envelope. I found the idea on lauralulu.blogspot.com. I'll just slide the belly band up. And inside I have created a pocket for a gift card. And then just decorated up all of the flaps. So let me show you how to make this. For the exploding envelope, we are going to start with a piece of cardstock that is 7 1/2 by 7 1/2 inches. So it's a standard card size will be our final dimensions. And I'm using my Simply Scored tool here. I have a line down the center that shows the 6 inch, but also the center mark. So I go ahead and line my points up on that line. And I've already pre-scored it. 2 3/4. And we'll do 2 1/8, so right here, and 2 1/8 on this side. Next, I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to cut out the little triangle for each of these corners. So. And then how I had folded the other one is sides in first and the bottom and top. We have a little bit of resistance, so I'm going to take my snips and just go ahead and trim these just a little further. This piece is 4 by 5 1/2 and scored at 2 3/4. You can see that I already pre-scored it. I'll go ahead. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my paper cutter and cut from the point of the score line to about the middle of this side. And then with this one, we are going to take our tear and tape. Now we have a little pocket there. This next piece is going to be a 4 by 2 3/8. Now for the tops, bottom, and sides. For the top and bottom, we'll want to have a piece of designer series paper cut to 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I actually have already done that and split it down the middle. These are not the same pieces because I cut a few of them. But we're going to use this one on the bottom and this one on the top. For the sides, we are going to cut a piece of DSP to 3.25 by 3.25. And again, cut down the center. Take my paper snips and trim these off. You could use your paper cutter too. I'm just going to eyeball it and trim. We're going to adhere the pieces that have the iridescence on the outside. center one on the right, we're going to go ahead and pop this tree up with a couple dimensionals. I'm going to stamp this bottom piece. Add some decoration here. I'm going to do that before I adhere that part. So for these, we're going to go ahead and use our silicone mat, a little bit of glue, and a paintbrush because I want to get behind the strings there that are a little thin. So, and I have already pre-colored these with the Stampin' Blends and added some shimmery crystal effects, if you can see that glitter there. So this is going to go right there. And I stamp and seal again. Little ornament die. There are 8 of them. I'm going to go ahead and do some very small dots. Alright, so the inside card is done. So we will just go ahead and fold in the sides. Fold this up, this down, and we're going to add our belly band. So for our belly band, I have cut a piece of the DSP that is 1.5 by 12 inches. I've pre-cut a scallop circle and a rectangle from the contour dies. We have another snowflake and our tree glittered organdy ribbon that is in the mini catalog. Going to go ahead and wrap that, not terribly tight because you'll want to be able to slide it off and on easily. We want to add our snowflake in here. And then we're just going to go ahead and add our ribbon. We're going to use a couple of glue dots for that. And there you go, an exploding envelope that you can include a gift card. Lots of options for our creativity. This way you don't want it too tight, so you can slide it right back on and off. Thank you for watching. I hope you are enjoying and finding lots of inspiration in our Demos Galore event.